Hi, you come here a lot? The answer is yes, this video is for you because this is one of those clowny process videos which is not for everybody, but it's for clowny viewers, people who were born and were infused with clowny genes. So if you're one of those people, stick around. This video is about something a little bit scary, just a tiny bit. It's about sketching. Uh, if you or your loved ones have been harmed by sketching, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. You have to watch this video. You simply have to because this might fix everything. When I first started sketching like 7 years ago, which was the start of my art progress, I had no idea how important it was to sketch. Uh, but just at the beginning, I wasn't even sketching. I just started painting. Usually what I would do is I would take a picture and just draw on top of it because that's how I thought art worked. It works fine in the beginning, but when you when actually want to make progress, you're gonna have to just, start drawing. So I figured that out. So I was like, okay, damn it, I have to actually, sketch. So the first thing I did was just open an Instagram account which was dedicated to my sketches. You might say, clown, it's like a really weird thing to do if you're deeply insecure about your sketches, but I disagree. I feel like it helped me actually build my confidence, because every like couple of sketches I would look back, I'll be like, damn, I've gotten so much better, which is something you can do in private, I agree, but for me, having it like this archive account on Instagram really helped. I don't know, it just made it look a little bit more fancy and official. It helped me build my confidence, and also it just like it's really nice because then like people can like your followers they can go and look and be like, oh my god, that's the process. That's how from this to that. I just think it's a really good idea. You don't have to obviously. All of this video, I made it sound like it's gonna change your life. But this is just like a little advice video and about my process and what helped me. First sketch I actually have on that account is Psyche K1. It's this one. This one I really love the end result, but I will admit something. I have this pink paint on this channel. I think it's still up. Uh, but this was kind of like tracing a little bit. She said it. Cause I took a really old art piece that I really liked, and I just kind of drew over it how I liked it, which is kind of not tracing, but at the same time it's kind of iffy. So I don't really like this one. I like it, but at the same time I don't feel like it really represents my skill level at the time because I was really relying on something else. So I started just like picking characters that I was really confident in drawing. Like Soul Eater, Adventure Time, Coraline. I was drawing a lot of Coraline. Madoka Magica. I was drawing a whole lot of Madoka Magica. I think some of my best drawings from that time are Madoka Magica. The biggest difference between my art now and my art back then, sketches wise, is that I chose one color to sketch with. Back then I was doing like so many colors, and I'm gonna say it looks really messy. Um, some of them look really good. I'm not gonna say they look really good. They don't look really good, but it looks really messy. It was really confusing. I remember when I was painting, it was extra difficult because it was so messy. So what I would recommend doing is picking one color and sketching with it. But the color I would recommend not being black because the easiest part obviously is just sketching with the color black. But but uh I'm gonna challenge you guys to pick a different color to sketch with. If you know anything about me, I sketch with the color pink. That is my color. That is the clowny color. But you can choose like blue. I used to sketch with so many colors, like I said, and it was causing a problem. Once you have one color, it kind of gets easier. Sketch that I really like because, as you can kind of tell, I started simplifying my sketches, adding more details, and choosing a singular color. There's still like three different colors going on right here. Don't get me wrong, but at least they're the same shade. It still has a lot of colors in it. It doesn't have only pink, and it has some darker pink. It has some black in it, some purple in it. Because that's how back then I was like, I can't differentiate between the two lines. Maybe I should make them different colors instead of just using the eraser tool I was doing back then. Is just putting colors everywhere and be like, yeah, this is like a this is like a piece, this is like an art piece. I was trying so hard to make it like be perfect and like be an art piece that I was like forgetting that this is just a sketch. It's not the final piece yet. This is when I think I get to one of my favorite example of how I did it correctly. This little like putting like a lot of pools of colors but still having a lot of details. It's this Hatsune Miku drawing. It's so good. It's absolutely delicious. I absolutely adore this sketch. In the final piece, I ended up removing that little cloud that she has over here. Uh, but I still absolutely love this one. It's so cutesy. I feel like if I did it now, um, I would obviously make some changes, but I still absolutely adore how I did it. And you can really tell there's a lot of details, a whole lot of details, but there's definitely like some spaces. There's space to breathe, which is something really important because once you have space to breathe, you can fill it out with cement, and by cement I mean art and paint, and then you can finish the artwork. You don't suffocate yourself. But like you know how one of those like cements that can like breathe in water. So this is what you're doing. You're basically putting cement that air can pass through, so you can breathe. In your secret crate in cave, your secret Batman cave that you have downstairs for final when the worlds explode. No. This is the first drawing that I ever did on my tablet, actually. Uh, Half of the sketch was done on my phone, and then the other half was done actually on my tablet. I kind of think you can really see which part was done where, just because I feel like the moment I got my tablet, my art style changed so much. I think it's because I kind of picked a different brush. I was using a different brush for this, so it just kind of changed a lot. But I really like this piece mostly because it's like from a fandom that I really like, but I feel like it really shows the transformation I went through. Because Zeke, which is the blue character, is drawn. You can barely see him, kinda, but Elena, which is the girl, you can really see her because I didn't paint over her. Here comes a really good example of me like kind of starting to figure it out. This is a sketch of like how Bill Cipher would look as like a human. I feel like not the twink version, but the old scary man version of him. Now we have this sketch. Now this sketch. What can I even say about this sketch that haven't been said before? This sketch is uh absolutely shows you how much growth I had. I absolutely figured out how to use color versus space. I feel like you can really see the character. You can really, there's a lot of details. There's so much detail in it, but also not too much that it's too overwhelming, if you know what I mean. And there's like a lot of space, a lot of color, and it's only pink. It's only pink. Sketch. This is gonna be the final part of this video. I'm gonna show you two more sketches. This is a sketch I did like a month ago, and is absolutely breathtaking. I think I absolutely mastered the art of like shadows and not putting too much but also putting a lot in. Just because this sketch is absolutely breathtaking. I know I keep talking about my art like it's the most beautiful thing out there, but guys, if you don't talk about your own art like that, who will? The latest sketch that I did, this one doesn't have a lot of shadows in it, but it's just really pretty. A lot of people looked at it and were like, "Oh my god, it's so good," and I was just like, "I agree." So I wanted to show it just because I wanted to show my latest drawing of them and my oldest drawing of this character, and just show how much I've grown. I keep saying I mastered, I mastered, I mastered, but I'm not at my peak. I hope I'm not at my peak. I'm never at my peak, because I'm still learning. I'm gonna get better. Every time I sketch, I get better. So I feel like if you really just give sketching a place in your art, it really helps. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you liked it.